Well, no luck so far in getting them fighting. Welcome back to our park build. We have mosasaur fossils now. Well, one more mosasaur fossil, I guess, apparently, is all we got. But is it really only one? Why was it one? I mean, confused. I'm confused. Did we... Maybe we processed the stuff from before. Maybe it wasn't two that were left over. I don't remember. Well, whatever. Not terribly important. Maybe I should make sure I have dig yield. Yes. Okay. So these guys did do a fight, and then it got disrupted. Possibly, you know, by me doing this. So I don't know if this breaks it, because this definitely used to not be an issue, but maybe they're too evenly matched. I mean, it certainly seems like he just want to fight. Can I fucking click him, though? Jesus. Alright. Okay, fight record, 1 victory. It did, that one did count. Okay, so my guess is either you can draw a fight, or I disrupted the fight by shooting. So, one or the other. Seems like, though, this will work. Alright, I'm gonna just keep an eye on him, and then send out another Mosa expedition when we get a chance. We got the second fight one. Same thing happens, Cerrado won. So that gets us ceratopsids. Where are we at on theropods here? So we should get this done. That's strong trait. I guess we leave them alone, let them keep fighting. We try and release some strong dinos soon to get the Rex prereq. And then we can get that unlocked right away too. So... does not seem like we currently have anybody with strong. We also did just unlock a gene, so there's that. Hey Godzilla, how's it going? Yeah, we just unlocked Tooth Hardness, so we can just make us strong. So we just need to get our people back from doing this expedition. I think I have a 1 genetics left, 2. Is there any chance I have anything I can stint with 2? I don't think so. It would have to be like Struthi or something, right? Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll just sit. We'll get the third fight done. We can keep the Cerrado until we make sure the Rex is unlocked. So we'll just keep them contained here. Well, through tragic circumstance, the Carnotaurus died. This is a not expected outcome, but this is an okay outcome because we do have 3 successful fights on the Cerrado for Tyrannosaurus, which is what we needed. I was darting him in that moment, but yeah, I guess he just got the killing blow or whatever, and you couldn't stop it. All right, so let's get this guy in a pen that is survivable. This is a nightmare, of course. Let's get a ranger team in here, status check him, and make him happy so we can keep him around for a little bit till we unlock Rex. We'll need a new Carnotaur at some point. That is not an immediate need, though. So, yeah, we'll sit and wait. Alright, yeah, we continue to just get, like, 2 mosasaurs every time. Go ahead and process these 2 after we rest, I guess. In the meantime, maybe I can dig up some dunk for our park here. He should be over here somewhere, right? Maybe? I don't remember. Is he not European? Is he US? I cannot remember for the life of me. Well, I'll find them in a moment. Okay, so we got Triceratops fossils. That was the new expedition I sent out. We also went ahead and processed our mosasaur. We'll go ahead and process these as well. And in the meantime, I don't think I really have anything here I want to synth quite yet. I want to get the Mosa out before I do the dunk, which you've already dug up. So we're not doing dunks yet. I could do Diablos, because we are down a Diablo. Yeah, let's do a wave of these. Well, let's see what new horrors a storm brings. Oops. Okay, they're able to navigate out of there. I wasn't sure if they'd be able to go to that side of the park. This guy is up here getting killed by a Carno. Is he stuck now? Seems like he might be stuck. So I don't know why he's going that way. Oh, he's swinging wide that way. Okay. I'm just genuinely curious if he's going to be able to reach that. I just kind of want to see what happens. No reason to take contracts at this point. Can you stop fighting my vehicles? Oh, he attacked this mobile vet. Interesting. That's the first time this has ever been attacked. This decorative vet. I mean, this is actually a usable vet, but point stands, right? Alright, with our scientist crew, back to the field for more Mosa. Looks like that dig site's done, so probably just this one to run. And let's see what we got for Diablos here. 5 eggs, large appetite, social humble, that's probably fine. I'll take all of them, why not? Always nice to watch these guys again. Very nice looking modded animal. Yeah, the possibility that the skeleton in the museum is Rexy is in Rebirth is definitely an interesting thing. A little weird for them to do that, but Rebirth is kind of a weird movie, so... So yeah, not much else we can do here while this runs. I guess we just put the welfare specialist on break and wait for fossils. Alright, there's our most of the fossils. It is complete, but will take 2 rounds to finish. So we're going to do this here. Meanwhile, we need strong dinos, so I think we'll do another round of Tyrannosaurs for strong. Since we only have the 4, we might as well get more of those. Should have been, it really should have been the Diablos. I just didn't think of it at that time. So 3 strong Tyrannos gets us our prereq, the node before the T-Rex, and then we can get the T-Rex done, unlocked because of the Cerato, and be done with that. So, in the meantime, after we do that, we get work on our Rebirth Mosa by finishing this. And then we should be ready to... I guess we synth it, and then while we're hatching it, we can probably research the other theropod node. Okay, so 100% humble from 50% needy, 50% large appetite from 100% chance of large appetite. That's the best we can do. This is a 2027 Mosasaurus that for some reason appears to be an Acrocanthosaurus in the hatchery. Let's not worry about that. We need 17 on 3, so we might be in trouble. I have exactly 1 point for you. I suppose we'll go for it. Actually, I should have not done that. I should have just made it a 16 by letting it be large appetite. That was dumb of me. Too late now. I've already done it, so we'll stick with it. But yeah, there's a smarter way to handle that. All right, Aranos are on the way. Mosasaur ready to go. Aggressive, humble, large appetite. Seems fine. 13 welfare, and I don't have the points. Yup. I have 13. I need 16 here. Well, holding back the point wouldn't have made any real difference here. I could just grab, like, somebody like this with some welfare points, or I could grab maybe somebody... Well, the specialist would just be better. 336 specialist is pretty good. We have a ton of money anyway. Let's take them. That's fine. All right, Mosasaur should not come out as an acro, but weird things could still happen, maybe. Let's get back to digging trike. We got some trike here. And then I'll go ahead and rest these two while the Mosa hatches. We're expanding the Orano pen. I don't know if I already said that, but we are doing that. Back this way a little bit. Okay, large carnivores. So this is also pretty cheap. I should have probably just done this now, I guess, but whatever.
Transportation underway.
All right, let's get the fence moved out here. Let these guys expand. All right, here's our current load of fossils. 4 and 2. Gets us to not complete. Still have a ways to go on our Mosa. Let's do the research first. This will be quick. Yeah, let's do that on the big genetic specialist. Just get it out of the way, get it done real fast. And then the little guy can take however long he wants to process fossils, and that's fine. Then we can still go back out and find Triceratops. So I don't remember if there was a third trike dig site. Because there's this one we still have to complete, but it's got a bunch of shit in it. No, it looks like it's just the 2. Okay, we'll send them out. We might as well actually push the go button on the Rex too, because we can do it with just one person. So 200k takes care of that, and now we can clear out this holding pen and the Ceratosaurus that are of no consequence anymore. Job done. Hopefully there was nothing else that was fight-based that I needed to unlock for some reason, but I don't think there is. I think that's it. Alright, well, let's see if this Mosasaur is actually an Acrocanthosaurus. Oh, it's a Mosasaur. I like the fact that the release animation here actually kind of makes use of the tail fluke from the Rebirth Mosa. That's actually a pretty happy coincidence. So yeah, Rebirth Mosa, you can kind of see where they smoothed it out. Obviously, it's just a model edit of the World Mosa, but pretty effective one, I think. Tail fluke looks solid. Helps that he's in a murky lagoon. You don't look too closely at if the texture is stretched or anything. Excuse me, what is happening? Danger to guests. Intriguing. Is that because he went... under the thing? Interesting. So apparently when he goes underneath this, it kind of counts as him being like a danger to guests. I legitimately didn't even know aquatic animals could count as being a danger to guests. There's literally no way in base game for this to ever actually be a thing. How? Interesting. It's also not going away, which is potentially concerned. Okay, we might not be able to use this dam as an enclosure. This might not be an option. We're gonna just roll with this for a little while and see what happens. What if I can't close this without closing the park? Fascinating. Is this actually affecting safety rating? Yes. So this is a problem. We're going to let it run. We're going to see what happens for a little bit. But he sure likes to swim underneath this platform, which is, I think, a problem. And I don't think we could, like, block this. Maybe. Well, we're just going to let it go. Okay, next project. Where are our Triceratopses at? I don't know if an invisible fence would even work for the Mosa. Like, because I don't know how the fences work to restrict animal movement. Like, is it just on a 2D plane? Because if it's on a 2D plane, that doesn't really work for an animal like the Mosa that can move around. Okay, so Triceratops is done. Let's get that processed on maybe you. All right, next animal. T-Rex. We can get the Rex out pretty soon. The other option is that we work more on the lagoons. The various lagoons. So Megalodon and Acanthostega. Where the hell is the Acanthostega dig site? Asking the real questions. Is this it up here in Greenland? Yeah. Nothing else is in Greenland. Okay, yeah, you know what? We have Dunk done. Let's work on our other lagoons. We'll let this guy do whatever the fuck it is he's going to do for a little bit, and then I can move him. Once I have lagoons set up. We'll set up like just a set of lagoons, I guess, because we should have a bunch of animals. Maybe I want to dig everything up first to see if any of them can cohab, because we have... Because who knows what the Acanthostega is based on? Like, it could have some cohab stuff. Alright, we'll show the lagoon compound in a second. First, we're going to get these trikes going. So, for the Triceratops, I've gone ahead and used a 1993 variant Triceratops mod for fun. And a range of kind of similar colors and pattern colors that kind of evoke kind of the franchise Triceratops. It's not too terribly different. The only time Triceratops shows up in Rebirth, of course, is dead in a tank with two heads that isn't even actually visible in the film, I don't think. No, it is visible in the film, briefly. It's in the film for like half of a second. So we're going to go ahead and take some extreme liberties with our Triceratops design because we can. Because we're going off of essentially nothing here for this. And here's what we got for the lagoon area. So just kind of a set of lagoons is what we're doing here. We're bringing the Mosa in here in the front. We're going to see if he can handle a 4-tile lagoon. If he can't, we're going to move him to the back where we can more easily expand. And then we'll try to put the Megalodon in here. And if that doesn't work, then we'll put the Megalodon in one of these side lagoons. And I don't know. We'll do something. We'll figure shit out. For now, hopefully, this is enough. Yeah, Rebirth definitely feeds into the continuing problem in this franchise of herbivores don't matter. They never matter. They never do anything. And it's very disappointing. If there was one thing Dominion did right, is they at least gave us a decent scene with Theory, making an herbivore threatening for once. But also, it's making a Therizinosaurus threatening, which is like the lowest hanging fruit. It is the most obvious choice for a threatening herbivore. Like, it is the simplest, most normie choice. I still want to see somebody get their ass kicked by a hadrosaur. I think that would be fun.
Asset delivered.
Just get shit kicked by a parasaur. Just Sparta kicked across a room, breaking every bone in their body and instantly dying. It'd be great. All right. Well, he is not doing that bad, so I think he might be okay in the 4 tile.
Sometimes I wonder if the younger me would believe what the current me is doing. While pride can be ugly,
All right,
it
Acantho
can also
Stego.
motivate us to greatness. And that is where we're headed. Or perhaps we have already arrived.
79% sure. Sure, man. The big thing with the Acantho is I want to see if he has any cohab. So that's why we're pushing him so hard. Although maybe, sure, just give me the rest. Whatever, I don't care. It's fine. So, right, we don't see that until, yeah, you can't tell that until you actually get them. Yeah, wait. No, it does tell you. Wait a second. Oh, here he is. Wait, why is he here? Between Plesiosaurus and Shonisaurus. Huh. No like species dislikes marine large. Do we think he can cohab with a dunk somehow? We could try it. I think we will. We will try this. We'll put these two together and see if they can kill each other or not. Yeah, the Mosa. I don't know why he's got an acro as his thumbnail. It's the modded skin, I think, because if we do this, it turns back to normal. So for whatever reason, this is defaulted to this thumbnail of this acro. I don't even know what mod this acro is from. Like, what is this? What is this? Yeah, exactly. Moose vibes on a hadrosaur. That'd be great. Our modded trikes are landing. Of course, they are not too substantially different than what we're used to. The patterning is very subtle on the frill. This might actually be a blank. Yeah, this is a blank. Let's see one of the other ones. The pattern on this modded trike variant is a little garish at times, so I tried to pick some colors that were subtle enough, yeah, like this blue, that it didn't look too weird. Can I not have, there we go, not have the blue overlay for the territory? Yeah. I think this pattern would look a little bit better if it blended a little bit more nicely, but it's not bad. I'm always a fan of eye spots on a Ceratopsian frill. I think if anything, it's the outline part that loops around the frill that looks a little too artificial to me, maybe. And our third one, yeah, just another kind of bluish pattern. Literally maybe the same pattern, 20 and 20, yeah. Oh, these guys are clones of each other. They're both variant 2, pattern 20. That's funny. We have like 36 combinations they could have been, and we get 2 duplicates. Yeah, I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. We are multi-streaming all the time for this game. Okay, there's the fiber they need. Making sure the Uranos are still good. They are not quite good. Missing open space. What do you have that you don't need? You kind of need everything. You have a little bit too much forest. Maybe. Okay, well, now you're mad at me in both directions. But there's forest over here, so I think if they expand, they'll be happy. Let's get more amphibian processed. Wait, how much? 21%. 21%. 21%. Hold on. What do I actually need to process here? 20%. 21. We'll do this and sell the other two then. A dinosaur with Shrike-like behavior would be an interesting one for sure. The food caching in general has good potential for like horror vibes. Definitely an underutilized concept. Let's do one of these for dunk. I think we'll just start with this one. So for the dunks, so this guy obviously is in the film, but is a carcass, right? Very hard to tell what his color palette is supposed to be, but it looks like he's fairly lightly colored. I don't think the trike was trying to fight an Arano, was it? Maybe we'll have to go back and keep an eye on that. So we've got one here with a little bit of extra color and then a blank to mix up the colors a little bit. And we'll see. I mean, we won't. This is just going to be what it is. We're not going to look at these and be like, actually, we can do better. This is what I'm going with for the Rebirth dunk. Okay, let's go make sure the girls weren't fighting. They seem fine. Oh, and we probably... I assume the Acanthostegas use a platform, so we should probably put the platform in now, because otherwise they tend to get in the way. Or the animals tend to get in the way of the platform. And if they don't use a platform, I'm going to be shocked. What is the... These are both aggressive. What is the... Are dunks just always aggressive? Like... Min pop 1. Okay, we're going to try a second clutch. If they are all aggressive again, we're just going to roll with it, I think. And then we'll just put the acanthos in their own enclosure, which I don't hate the idea of, I guess. Yeah. Okay, we still have a bunch of fossils in backlog here, so these ones get to be sold. And we got all of this. Just displaying a tree decorated with the gore of various animals. Interestingly makes me think of 28 years later, which is a great film in my opinion. Should have done the welfare guy on that, I don't think. Yeah, voice mimicry is really underutilized in dinosaur horror for sure as well. I completely agree with that. 100%. We need 13 for the Megalodon. And I used up my 3 and 2. I think we'll just wait and we'll do the Megalodon in a second. These are some angry fucking fish. These fish are furious. Yeah, this was going to be for the Acanthostega. But since they're aggressive, we don't need this. The Acanthos are going to have to go in their own enclosure. I suppose... Do we have an alpha? We do social, humble, aggressive, alpha. Might as well take all 3 of these. Let's go grab Megalodon. An animal that is now essentially a canon species. So, that's why we got him in this park. Okay, I don't have a color palette picked out for these guys. And frankly, I couldn't tell you what color these guys are in the film, the amphibians. So maybe this defaults to Solar, Rana. I think we'll just roll with that. It's probably correct, I guess. We shouldn't give a shit about this. This should just be feeder. Maybe get rid of this. Alright, 10 genetics. So yeah, that's what the Acantho setup's going to be. We'll go ahead and chuck a rock in here for them. Under the assumption that they can use the rocks. Again, I don't actually know if they can. But, you know. We'll see. Alright, 3 dunks. Being released into the ocean to disrupt the natural ecosystem and get caught by fishermen in their nets, apparently. Genuinely shocking to me that this animal's been canonized in Rebirth. Like, what a weird cameo to include. Like, I don't know why there's so many new animals that cameo in Rebirth that are not dinosaurs. Like, we get, what? Do we get... Is there more than one... No, Aqualops and Titanosaurs, right? Do we get more than just the 2 new species of actual dinosaurs in Rebirth? Versus, like, 6 or so non-dinosaur species? I think so, right? This is a Yukon Pulcrana. Same. They're all Yukon Pulcranas. Well, there you go. Because every other new design we get is just like a reused animal, right? So it looks to me like 3 is maybe about the limit already for this lagoon. Okay, this is not a humble social aggressive alpha though yet, so this will probably sort itself out at some point. So we can leave it be. Over to this lagoon for the Acanthos. No, we still can't do these. Just kidding. That was a funny joke. Megalodon. One shark fella coming right up. No optimal combination of fossils. This is fine. Do that on you. So we'll rest Bray, and then Bray can do the Acantho. So we can find a 9 to dig up here. Titanosaurus is an 8. I could do the Titanosaurs sooner rather than later. I mean, I might as well just push the Titanosaur button at the point where I've seen it, right? Alright, yeah, a lot of big Titanosaur fossils, so I think we'll just do the 8 Megalodon Amber with the 8 Titanosaur Amber, and we'll have a bunch of stuff here backlog that we need to process. The Acanthostegas are ready. Okay, clearly I don't know my Aqualops anatomy, and that's frankly okay. I don't need to know that. It's of no consequence to me. But it is always weird when they pick an animal to put in one of the movies, and then they don't make it look like the animal. They make it look like a different animal for some mysterious reason. Like, why did they not give Baryonyx big finger claws? Like, the thing that makes it one of its most unique features? Like, I don't get it. Why does Aqualops look kind of just like a retooled Microceratus? We'll never know. I mean, the answer is they don't care as much when they're designing these animals as they used to. We definitely can tell that Stan Winston's touch is missing. And Crash McCreary. Let's be real here. Not just the designs of the actual animatronics, but the pencil-drawn concept art for Jurassic Park is also incredible. If you haven't looked at the Crash McCreary art, you definitely should. Alright, so we can do Expedition, we can do a Synthesis. Meg is not done. Titanosaurus is not done. Maybe we should just keep pushing Meg if we can, actually, because that's going to take 3 anyway. I'd like to get the lagoon stuff done in this episode. Let's see what these amphibians look like and/or can do. They do need fish. They do need platform. Let's get the fish in, actually, before we release them. just to make sure they don't get blocked. All right. Amphibian. Unidentified, mysterious rebirth amphibian. So yeah, I don't... So that release animation where it did like the barrel roll, I don't remember which animal does that. But that would tell you which animation set this uses. Is that Nothosaurus, maybe? It would make sense if this is based on like Nothosaurus. Or Archelon or something? I would assume this is Nothosaurus, not Archelon. Okay, so they're basically happy. Yeah, I don't remember which animation that is. It would make sense to be Noth. That's probably it. I would like to see them go up on land. It's too bad we don't have a tree for them to climb. Not the most exciting animal in this mod pack, of course, but it is somewhat novel to have an amphibian like this in the park. So the next thing to do would be to try to figure out if there was a good animal to have this to cohab with. If it's the Nothosaurus rig, then we can probably make some assumptions about what will kill this based on Nothosaurus. So we can probably just look that up, use that as a basis. So pull that info up while we wait for these fossils to come in here. And wait for my car to apparently be destroyed. Oh, that's the medical team again, getting walloped. Alright, Megalodon, Megalodon, little Titanosaur. Guess we'll do this on you, and then I think we pivot probably... Oh, that's it for Megalodon. It's actually done. So we can go dig up some Titanosaurus. And we might as well rest this guy. Anything that isn't considered small can potentially kill Nothosaurus. Cool. So yeah, they're just going to have to be alone, I think, then. Yeah, there's no animal that's going in this park that can interact with them safely. So, that's fine. The real question would have been if we could have done, like, Elasmo alongside it, because it's very, very softly canonized by the museum exhibits. Very softly. Not even canonized. Let's not use the C word. It's softly implied by the museum exhibits, but I think we'll just leave this be. All right, another batch of fossils. Megalodon. Yeah. Oh, we have two Meg Amber. Sure. Perfect. All right, fossil check. Just a bunch more Titanosaurus. That is the last 5% for Megalodon. Lightly seasoned with some more Titanosaur. We can get the Meg out then pretty quick here. We'll do you, it's fine. And then we can push Titano for next time. It is time for the second fish. The Meg. The Ototus. This doesn't matter. What am I doing? Humble, max that shit out. Maybe we just clear this to clear something out. 18 is probably too much, right? I think we said we could only do 17. Yes. I'll put the logistics person on this, maybe. Because the welfare person is... Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Let's do this. Because if we do this, then we can just have the logistics guy process fossils. That's also a useful thing that he can do because we have a billion Titanosaur fossils, and that just needs to be cleared. He's strong, he's humble, and he's short-lived. But he is, in fact, the shark we are looking for. So, 1 meg meets all our criteria. This is the individual that became the Jaws at the bar in Rebirth, essentially. That's our headcanon here. Alright, we could do Kets in prep for working on aviaries. Did I get the Rex researched? I did. Yeah, let's just research Kets right now. Why not? It's got to be done. Kind of forgot about getting the Maya. Let's do it. Let's do it. And send the other one on break and then process some fossils. Also, Brocky. We have had that ready to go for a while. And we have not dug it up yet. 0%. But we'll clear these Titanos first. Those are good filler animals that we can do at any point. So I don't think we needed to rush them. Hold on. 75 and 14. Okay, it's not completed yet. We got to make sure we don't, like, waste extra fossils when we can just sell them. I guess that doesn't matter. We have a $150 million. The economy is done at this point. We do have amphibians on the rocks. That's my favorite drink to order at the bar, an amphibian on the rocks. So, yeah. There he is. That's definitely Nothosaurus. Yeah. He looks pretty okay up here on the rock. I don't know about, like, the blue patterning. Honestly, he's also just, like, green and not brown, so this palette was a lie, but that's also pretty par for the course for JWE2. But yeah, they can use the platform, actually, so that's great. Okay, the remaining 3 Titanosaurus fossils are exactly 11%, so actually being completed perfectly. There are more to dig up. So again, Titanosaurus has excess fossils in this mod. But at least it came out in a way where I didn't have to go back for like the last 1% or something. So I'm not too mad about it. Could work on Cats, but maybe we should just do... Yeah, let's do Maya. Maya's kind of quick and easy. Shark time. Been a while since we've used a Meg in a park. There it is. Okay, well there it actually is. Alright, speed him up. In honor of Steven Spielberg, we'll name him Jaws 2. 21! Damn it! Alright, Jaws 2. There we go. Wait, no, Jaws 3D. That's better. Yeah, this is Jaws 3D. Alright, welcome to the park. Is he happy? Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. We did the spotted pattern because I think it's fun, so this is just Yukon Rana. Alright, so that gives us our 4 core lagoon species, so that is kind of the endpoint I wanted for this episode. So why don't we end here?